Acknowledge me.
Test. What up? Welcome back to another episode of the Dope Sports Podcast, brought to you by dopecontent.com and Get the Tables on Twitch. Y'all know what it is. Happy holidays, man. Appreciate y'all joining. Everybody, look, Rob is on time. Can you believe it? Oh my God. This is a Christmas miracle right here. Rob is on time. Dynamite
Seriously.
J in the building. Everybody on Twitch, appreciate y'all. Oh, you know what? Let me make sure we're live on YouTube, because YouTube be slipping. Before we get all up into this, got a busy show. NCAA Final Four predictions. Then we got Week 16 recap as always. We got the Week 17 predictions. We got we are live on YouTube. Let's go. We have NBA because, Christmas season, Christmas games just happened. And, the NBA has been crazy. Kevin Durant is frustrated yet again.
Bruh.
Rob said, when the last time I was late? You was late last week. What are you talking about?
Bruh.
What are you talking about? And then Tony had the nerve to call you out saying you always late. That's facts. He ain't capping. That's the facts. You are always late, Rob. Get up out of here. See, you see how Rob do? Then he want to come in acting like he always on time.
Yeah, trying to be innocent.
Yeah. Can you turn your mic up a little bit?
Can you hear me now? Am I better?
Yeah, it is. Let me get this ESPN up. How's your day going? How's your Christmas and stuff going?
Pretty, not bad. Had a good Christmas. Can't complain. Other than that, not too bad. Good games yesterday.
Yeah.
2 out of 3, I guess.
Did you watch more NFL or NBA yesterday?
More NFL, which is usually used to be the opposite.
Yeah.
I used to watch all the NBA games when they were on Christmas, but I think maybe I watched 1, maybe 2 games of the NBA last night.
They know they wrong for putting them NFL games on the NBA, man.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
They know they wrong for that, but hey, it is what it is. NBA still has some good games, including Luka going off on KD and Booker and the Suns. Luka owns them, but we'll get into that once we get into that. Here we go. As soon as we start, here we go. All congested up again. Here we go. But yeah, we're gonna get into it, man. So happy holidays to everybody. And let's go ahead and play this NFL intro or this opening intro. We're going to get right into the week that it was, week 16. And then, yeah, we go on from there. Let's go. Yep. Welcome. NFL Week 16 recap. I'm sitting here with my, what is this? Vitamin D orange juice that I'm drinking.
Yeah.
Because, man, I mean, it's just like I get over one thing, we go straight to another. I'm like, I done took like 3 COVID tests because everybody's like, you got to make sure you don't have COVID before you come over here. I was like, Lord. All right. I took the test, flu test, all that, passed all that. And now it's just like congestion out of nowhere today. Congestion and cough out of nowhere today. Like I took sinus pressure medicine. They finally got rid of the headaches. And then it just, yeah. He said vitamin C, orange juice, vitamin. Whatever, man. Whatever vitamins this is what I got right now, right? But yeah, let's get into it, man. We start off week 16 in LA as the Rams beat the Saints 30-22, and the Saints defense almost cost me my fantasy championship. But the rest of my team made up for it. So screw you, Saints. But everybody else on my team, we got love for y'all. No, Rob, we're not skipping that game. We're starting off with that game. Rams 30, Saints 22. Saints are 7-8, Rams are 8-7. Matthew Stafford 328 yards, 2 touchdowns. Williams on the ground, 104 yards, 1 touchdown. The rookie, Pikachu as I call him, had 9 catches, 164 yards, and 1 touchdown. What are your thoughts on the game? I know you happy about it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a win that I'm happy to see the Rams win, seeing that the Saints are battling out with my Bucks. It wasn't really a close game for the most part. Saints scored a couple of times near the end of the game to make it look like it was a close game, but
yeah,
for the most part, the Rams pretty much dominated that game from top to bottom. Big win for them as well. It keeps them in the playoff hunt, keeps them in the playoffs, and yeah, I mean, it was a good win for the Rams, a much needed win for the Rams as well to keep, like you said, to keep in the playoff race and to help my Bucks out to win that division. Because now, if they win next week, they're in.
Hey, I told you them Bucks was gonna be in there, man. You had to have faith. You didn't believe earlier, but they made They made some adjustments and stuff, so they looking way better. And they looking dangerous. So I wouldn't sleep on the Bucks. I'm just saying. Moving on, another game that almost cost me my fantasy. Because the Steelers decided to put up 34 points on the Bengals. They moved to 8-7. Bengals are now 8-7 as well. Browning had 335 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions because Dak is the only one that throws interceptions. Miko Harris, 78 yards on the ground. George Pickens just came out of nowhere.
Really, dude.
4 catches, 195 yards, 2 touchdowns. Thoughts on that game?
Now, I was watching that game on Saturday where, the Bengals made it look like it was going to be a ball game. They got that big old play to T. Higgins for a touchdown. And then immediately after that, the Steelers got the ball and they threw a deep bomb to Pickens for a touchdown. So, I don't know. The Steelers pretty much dominated that game. They really stepped up their game. They want to keep Tomlin at that 500 mark or higher.
Yep,
as his career record with the Steelers. I know a lot of talk has been going around about him possibly leaving Pittsburgh to go to another team. A lot of teams are interested in signing him and doing those type of like swapping picks to get him over there. I saw that on Twitter, but I don't know, man. Steelers still hanging tough. I don't think they're a threat at all in the playoffs. I mean, they're lucky enough to get in if they do, but pretty much a dominating victory for the Steelers.
I'm shocked, man. Steelers did their job. Wasn't expecting it at all, but hey, shout out to the Steelers. Shout out to Mike Tomlin for doing their thing. The Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, your favorite quarterback,
my boy,
barely escaped the Chargers. Bills are 9-6. Chargers are 5-10. Josh Allen, 237 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception because Dak is the only one that throws interceptions. Jared Cook, 70 yards on the ground. Gabe Davis, 130 yards on 4 catches and 1 touchdown. Like these wide receivers getting over 100 yards and 4 catches is crazy this week. But Bills get the win. 9-5. Bills doing pretty good, man. I don't know what I'm not a believer in the Bills still. I'm not.
I mean, they're starting to get hot at the right moment, especially if they make the playoffs, and depending on who their first round matchup would be.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people are discrediting the Bills because of the lack of consistency throughout the season, but they've been playing well as of late, and they're getting Cook more involved. I mean, if you're worried about Diggs, I think out of everyone, because he's kind of his passes and catches and his it's just everything seems like he's not involved much in the offense at all. If you look like the last, I think 6 or 7 games, Diggs haven't really been doing much at all on the offensive side, which is kind of surprising because the Bills are doing so well these last couple of games. The running game is starting to get hot again with Cook. They just activated Fournette, which was weird. He didn't really do much for them Saturday night, but
right.
Good win for the Bills. Another win that they need. They got to win out pretty much to make the playoffs. They do need some help along the way as well, but I don't know, man. The Bills get in. They're a scary team. Don't sleep on the Bills.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just not a believer in the Bills. I feel like they're going to be... I mean, because really, when they was better, the Bills lose in the playoffs. It's just what they are. So,
yeah,
I'm not a believer. He said Jaylen Warren crushed that block. Yeah, Rob, I'm telling y'all, it's about who get hot at the right time. Oh, we all know that, Rob. It's common sense. All you have to do is bully you. I'm about to block you. About to get you out of here with that one.
That's funny.
Yeah, speaking
right now, if the playoffs started now, let's see here.
They should be in right now, right?
They would be in right now.
Okay.
They're the 6th seed. They would play the Chiefs.
Ooh, that's a good matchup for them. Because they got the Chiefs longer. That's a good matchup for them. Especially with the Chiefs wide receiver situation.
Yeah, they could win that game easily.
Yeah, I don't
They'd be on the road in Kansas City. But,
I
mean, the Bills could win that game.
They can. They won't. So that's all that matters. Moving on. The Colts had a chance to pretty much lock up their season if they wanted to, but they blew it and lost to the Falcons 29-10. Taylor Heineke, 229 yards, 1 touchdown. Bijan Robinson, 72 yards on 12 carries. I don't understand what happened with the Colts here. They just, especially after the Falcons just lost to the Carolina Panthers, I didn't expect the Colts to lay an egg like they did. But the Colts 8-7, Falcons still have playoff hopes at 7-8. You got any thoughts on this game?
Not much, but just a missed opportunity for the Colts, man. Seeing how the day went, as oh shoot, hold on.
I mean, Indiana
just popped up with audio. Seeing how the way that day went with the Texans losing, and then later on in the day the Jags losing.
Yeah,
they could have been first place.
Exactly.
So it was a missed opportunity by the Colts, big time. And you're playing against the Falcons, who just came off that loss, a pathetic loss, an embarrassing loss against the Carolina Panthers. Granted, I think the side was against them when they're playing against Atlanta at home. It's always tough to beat someone at home, but they should have won that game, man. There's a lot to play for. There's a lot on the line in these last couple of games. Mm-hmm. You don't want to rely on other teams beating the people that you have to have in front of you, which is the Texans and the Jaguars. You want to do your business. You want to go in and win the games where you don't have to worry about other teams losing. So, I don't know, man. It was a tough and pathetic loss for the Colts. I get it that the Falcons are not a horrible team. They're still trying to win that division. They have a shot to make the playoffs as well. But you got to win that game, man.
Listen, he talking about the Falcons lost to the Panthers was in the monsoon. I don't care.
It wasn't a bad
Carolina
game,
had to play in it too. Both teams had to play in that. So you had no business losing that game. Period. Especially when you're trying to make a playoff push. You had no business losing that game last week in front of 45 people.
Right. And the Falcons too went away for what got them there. Like Sunday, they ran the ball a lot more with Bijan. They got Bijan a lot more involved in the game. Maybe starting Heineke might be the savior of all things now.
I would have been done that.
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't started a lot earlier in the season. But again, they went away from what got them there or what their strengths are in Atlanta, which is the run game. They got a three-headed monster in Atlanta with Algier, Patterson, and of course Robinson. So
they rushed for 177 yards as a team.
Yeah, it's surprising like they didn't do nothing like that against Carolina in a rain game as well. So
right. So.
Atlanta has potential. They don't have the quarterback quite yet. I mean, maybe they see something in Heineke at the end of the year, but
hey, all I'm gonna say is, I remember this offseason, Lamar Jackson was a free agent and was ready to leave Baltimore, and everybody said, "Oh no, we good." Bruh. Now look at you. Imagine if Lamar Jackson was in Atlanta with Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts,
that'd be a scary team,
and Patterson. Like, come on.
Yeah. And then, there's definitely a situation this offseason too where we could see another running quarterback hit the offseason in free not free agency, but be traded.
Yeah, but
so
y'all,
it's definitely possible.
Y'all wanted to collude against Lamar because Lamar wanted his money. So now look at you. A lot of y'all wishing y'all had Lamar now, but that's your fault. You had plenty of chance because Baltimore wasn't trying to pay him at first, and he was ready to go. So hey,
that's true.
That's your fault. Everybody, do you remember that when everybody was like tweeting out and it was like they are out, we're out, we're out, we're out. Like I've never seen that happen before, where they was making announcements that they were out on this guy. Like
they didn't want to sign him for the money that he was asking for. It's kind of crazy. And
we go get into Lamar because they did what I told everybody they was gonna do with the 49ers last night. Seahawks moved to 8-7 in another fourth quarter game-winning drive. This time by Geno Smith as they take out Tennessee 20-17. Tennessee is 5-10. Seahawks once again 8-7. Geno Smith 227 yards, 2 touchdowns. Derrick Henry 88 yards, 1 touchdown.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
88 yards.
Lockett had 81 yards. And yeah, Seattle come in with the, they was struggling. I'm like, man, they finna blow this. They was doing good and they finna blow this. They went right down the field like they was playing the Eagles all over again. And game-winning touchdown. So shout out to Seattle. Alice, what's good? Appreciate you joining. You got any thoughts on this game?
No, I just got to give Seattle a lot of credit, man. They're fighting hard. They're down in the dumps as well. They're trying to scratch and claw to make the playoffs.
Yep.
And that division that they're in, they got the Rams, they got the 49ers. It's a tough division that they're playing in.
Yep.
And they're still going out there and competing. They beat the Cowboys, the Eagles, which was a huge win for them.
No.
And then you go into Tennessee, where you could easily do what the Colts did and lose to a team that you should beat when you're trying to make the playoffs. But Seattle they took care of business. Mm-hmm. It wasn't pretty. It took a last-minute drive downfield to score, but they got the job done, man. It was a huge win for Seattle to keep their playoff hopes alive.
Rob say free Derrick Henry. I mean,
he'll be gone.
Whatever. Yeah, he'll be gone. Moving on, Detroit moves to 11-4. They lock up their division title as they beat Minnesota 30-24. Minnesota is 7-8. I don't think they are eliminated from playoff contention yet. I think they still have a chance. Mullins had 411 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Bruh. Josh Gibbs 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson 6 catches. Got the hiccups. 6 catches, 141 yards, and 1 touchdown. And the Lions, man, they escaped Minnesota. Minnesota put up a hell of a fight. That was a very good game, very fun game. But all in all, Detroit locks up their division. 11-4. 11-4. Detroit is doing a good job, man. Shout out to y'all. I'm happy for their fan base because they deserve it. But they will lose Sunday. I'm sorry, Saturday, because we play Saturday. They will lose Saturday. Early prediction. And yeah, what's your thoughts on that game?
I think people need to stop sleeping on these damn Lions. They make things interesting. They like to make things interesting at the end of the games where
on purpose. Yeah.
The Vikings, yeah, they do. I think they do it on dramatic, get those ratings up for Lions games. You know how that is. But The defense is a problem, is an issue. It's not good when you're up by so much and the Vikings nearly almost come back and win. So they need to take care of that issue before the playoffs start. But you got to stop sleeping on these Lions. The Lions have an opportunity to get that number 1 seed. They have a shot to get the number 1 seed. After the Niners lost, we got 3-11-4 teams at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
And if they beat the Cowboys on Saturday,
Won't happen.
they could easily jump and be on that number 1 seed. They need a lot of help. You know, the Eagles have cupcakes ahead of them the next couple of games. I'm not sure who the Niners play. I think they play the Rams again still.
Mm-hmm.
So those are not easy games. It's a division game. Rams always play the Niners tough. So the Lions could easily be the number 1 seed in the NFC if you really think about it. Now, of course, they got to go into Dallas and beat them, which is never easy. So we'll see what happens on Saturday. But yes, Lions, they're a good team. They got offensive weapons everywhere. Their defense is what may cost them in the playoffs, though.
Yeah. I low-key hope the Lions end up with the number 1 seed, even though they will have to beat Dallas to get there. I will prefer the Lions to get the bye. God damn, man, this stuff is killing me today. I prefer the Lions to get the bye and basically say if Cowboys win their first 2 games, I'd rather go to Detroit for the NFC Championship versus San Fran, but I don't think it's gonna happen. San Fran is gonna be number 1. They end up playing Detroit in the second round. Cowboys will end up playing the Eagles if the Eagles win, and if the Cowboys win they first. But I'm struggling, WWE fan. I'm telling you, it's been like in my throat and high chest area, bro, for the last 2 days, dog. And every time I try to talk, it feel like it want to come up, but it don't. I wish it would, so I could just get it out, but it won't. It just stops, like right on the vocal cords. It's killing me, bruh. I'll be in the middle of talking, me having to clear my throat and stuff, man. So, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Detroit, man, shout out to y'all. I don't think they'll get the number 1 seed. I think it'll be the 49ers. They'll be number, what are they, 3 now? And Philly is 2 with the same record.
Philly is 2, Detroit is number 3, yeah.
So I think it'll stay that way, unfortunately. Unless the Eagles choke, because the Eagles kind of almost choked yesterday. I'm just saying, but we'll see. We'll see how they work. Moving on, Commanders take a L to the New York Jets, 30-28. And the Commanders almost made a huge comeback here because the Jets,
wild, dude.
Yeah, the Jets was up by a lot at halftime, and then the Commanders scored 21 in the second half to make it 28-30. So Jacoby Brissett, 10 of 13, 100 yards, 1 touchdown, no interception. Sam Howell got benched after going 6 of 22 for 56 yards. Trevor Siemian, 27 of 49, 217 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, because Dak's the only one that throws picks. Breece Hall, fantasy. Shout out to Breece Hall. Let me give him a hand clap. Breece Hall, 95 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns, and then Breece Hall, 96 yards in the air. So shout out to Breece Hall, because Breece Hall is one of the main reasons I am now in the fantasy championship game in my dope fantasy football. So shout out to Breece Hall. I like that. Because Terry McLaurin was absolute trash for me. 3 catches and 50 yards. He's being benched next week. Logan Thomas is being benched next week as well. 5 catches, 36 yards. It was a good game, but it's a game that didn't matter. You got any thoughts on this game?
No, I mean, I thought Robert Saleh was about to lose his job, though.
I thought he was, too. He should have if they
you
would
up
have
that
lost.
big and the Commanders come back and almost beat you guys. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Commanders are just a horrible team. They're awful. I think it's time to move on from Sam Howell. I think he had moments of where he looked like he could possibly be a starter in the NFL, but obviously he's not. The Commanders are just awful, man. They need to do a whole fire sale. Just, fire Rivera, maybe fire the whole coaching staff and just, maybe not be enemy. Maybe keep him.
Oh, Rivera should have been fired.
Rivera still having a job blows my mind. And we talked about this last week. It looks like what they're doing is kind of just riding out this season. not making any moves, and then at the end of the year is when we'll see all the firings.
Yeah. All right, moving on. The Packers move to 7-8, keep their playoff hopes alive. They take out the Panthers 33-30, so that was a close game. Bryce Young, 312 yards, 2 touchdowns. Aaron Jones, 127 yards on the ground. DJ Chark, 98 yards, 2 touchdowns. For Carolina, that was his best game. Packers get the win. They struggle, but they got it. Any thoughts?
No, not really anything in important, but Bryce Young, man, kind of showed flashes of what he could possibly be in the NFL.
Yeah.
He looked good against the Packers. He made some good throws. Still needs a lot of work, and the Packers, man, they keep fighting to make the playoffs. I'm surprised that they're still in the mix this late in the season.
I'm not. They started off bad, but I predicted them to be exactly where they were. Not necessarily in the mix, but it's record-wise where they are. So
right.
I looked at them to be a 500 team, and they right around that area. Good Lord, it's kicking my butt today, man. All right. We gonna get through it. The Browns move to 10-5, and they take out the Houston Texans 36-22. The Texans are 8-7. Joe Flacco leading the league in passing since he started with the Browns. 368 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Amari Cooper, who we traded for a bag of Fritos. 11 catches, 265 yards, 2 touchdowns. Every time I watch Amari Cooper, I just get upset again. Because
owners loved him. 1 second, but go ahead. Talk. I'll be right back.
We traded Amari Cooper for a 5th round pick, and then we sent the 5th round pick with Amari Cooper. So we really didn't trade. We just traded him for nothing. We swapped 5th round picks, and then the very next day, we re-signed Michael Gallup. We traded Amari in 2 days. The Cowboys traded Amari Cooper for nothing. And then we re-signed Michael Gallup. And now look how that is working out for the Cowboys. Look how that's working out for Amari Cooper. Browns 10-5. I'm pissed about it. That's all I want to talk about with that.
They really went to the rib show on the Texans on Sunday, man. They beat the shit out of them. Again, Cleveland, top 3 team right now in the playoffs, which is crazy to think. When they have Joe Flacco, who
They've been in my power rankings for
chilling on the couch not too long ago.
It wasn't no cap move, bro. It was not a cap move. The real reason Jerry got rid of him because he said he wasn't taking the vaccine. End the story. Because Amari Cooper, his cap number is not even nothing major right now. And then they turned around and signed Michael Gallup for similar money. That wasn't a cap move, bro. I'm sorry, Tony. Go ahead.
No, it's just a huge win for Cleveland. Keeps their hopes alive. They're going to win that division, it looks like. So, props to Cleveland, man. I mean, I know a lot of people think they're winning on some controversial stuff. I know they had the game against Indianapolis, and they're winning these ugly games when they probably should have lost. But you got to give Cleveland credit when they're on their 3rd quarterback. Right. They're still going out there and winning games.
Yeah, shout out to Cleveland, man. Top 2 defense in NFL. And that's the reason they've been in my power rankings the last 2 weeks. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tony's Buccaneers, taking out the Jags. 30-12. Buccaneers 8-7. Jags 8-7. Buccaneers right now control their destiny. Baker Mayfield 283 yards, 2 touchdowns. Evan Ingram 10 catches, 95 yards. Big win for the Bucs, which I predicted the Bucs would win. The Jags, I don't think about the Jags, man. What are your thoughts on this?
They're a sinking ship, man. They've lost 4 in a row. Watching them on Sunday, I don't know, man. They just don't look like a really good football team, man. Their offense is very bland. You would think Travis Etienne would have gotten a lot more carries, a lot more involved in the offense.
They got
talent. They were down some. Yeah, they do. And I know they were down some wide receivers as well. But they just did not look good, man. They just did not look good at all. The defense looked bad. Mike Evans was having a field day on Sunday as well. Jags are in trouble. I don't think they make the playoffs. I think the Colts or the Texans are winning that division, if you want my honest opinion on that. And people need to start giving the Bucs a little bit more credit, man. And Baker Mayfield as well. Baker Mayfield has been balling during this winning streak that we got going on here in Tampa. He's not talked about enough because it's Baker Mayfield.
Right.
But man, holy crap. He is doing a tremendous job as the quarterback for the Bucs.
Mm-hmm.
In the last, I mean, look at this. He's 26 touchdowns, 18 picks.
He got 18 picks?
I'm sorry, 8 picks. Excuse me.
I was about to say,
picks.
what the
26
heck?
touchdown, 8 picks, 96.2 passer rating, and he's only a 1.7 cap hit. Compare that to Mahomes, who's a 37 million cap hit and has 25 touchdown and 13 picks right now.
Mm-hmm. And ain't nobody talking about interception this year.
Exactly. So, I mean, Baker has been playing lights out, man. He still has his moments when he makes some risky throws and are not smartest decisions in the world, but he's playing at a high level, and I really do think he deserves to be back with Tampa. Now, I know there's been stuff on Twitter that there's mutual interest for him to return, and he may get that Geno Smith type extension that he got in Seattle, which at this moment it makes sense.
Wow.
We're doing too well right now to get a top 10 pick where we can draft one of these quarterbacks that are ready to start right off the bat, and we should just draft for needs at this point and keep Baker. There's a lot of people that we need to bring back in the offseason. We may lose a couple of people as well.
You're losing Mike Evans. Let them tell it.
Probably going to lose Mike Evans, more than likely. Unless he takes like a major,
It's not happening.
he like restructures his deal for us to be able to bring back some of these other key players that we need to bring back. But the offense is clicking, man. The offensive line is playing well. The running game has been playing well. We're getting everyone involved on offense. The tight ends, the wide receivers. Godwin's been playing a lot better as well because he's getting the ball more. Defense is stepping up. So I'm not going to ride the train and say, yeah, if we get Dallas or the Philadelphia Eagles in the first round, we're going to beat them.
Y'all beat the Eagles.
Because I don't think we will.
Y'all beat the Eagles.
But I don't think it's going to be a blowout like it was against Philly when we played them earlier in the year, where Philly just dominated the Bucs. I feel like the Bucs will hold their own. I just don't think they're good enough to beat the Eagles or the Cowboys right now.
Yeah.
But I'm excited.
Yeah, y'all
I'm excited
beat
as
the
a
Eagles.
Bucs fan.
It'll be dope if y'all match up against the Eagles because y'all take them out in the wild card. So, especially at home.
I know. We got the most hated, dreaded team this Sunday with those pesky ass, dirty ass, evil ass New Orleans Saints coming to Tampa. So hopefully we beat them and we're in.
Yeah. And Kyrie Robinson's been talking a lot of noise again on my Facebook. So please beat them this week. So
I'll tell you now, they're already out. They're not going to have Mike Thomas, which is not a surprise. And there's not going to be no Lattimore. Lattimore's not playing either.
Well, Rob, it's over.
So you won't have Lattimore and Evans bickering back and forth, and Lattimore getting in Mike Evans' face, try to get him ejected like he always tries to do every
That's
week.
perfect because
every time
Mike
they
Evans
play.
is my starting receiver. So perfect. Championship week, good. I'll take it. Moving on, the game nobody cared about. Chicago Bears take out the Arizona Cardinals 27-16. Kyler Murray 24-38, 230 yards, 2 touchdowns. Justin Fields 15 of 27, 170, 1 touchdown, one interception. Justin Fields 9 carries, 97 yards, 1 touchdown. Khalil Herbert 112 yards on the ground, 1 touchdown.
What was that all year, bro?
They can run the ball. We already had this discussion. I would keep Justin Fields in Chicago and focus on getting a wide receiver and some more people around him. That's what I would do.
I don't disagree with you on that one. I guess it all depends on what you can get for Justin Fields. If they're going to throw out, if you're going to get a team that's going to just go crazy and give you all these draft picks for him, I may consider it.
Right.
If they're going to give you a couple of first rounders or something around those lines for Justin Fields, I might consider it. But I think I do what you'd said. You're going to have the number 1 pick.
Right.
You're going to have the number 1 pick. So
Well,
There's options.
or they gonna have a number
There's
one
options. Well, Carolina's won what, 2 games?
Pick? Yeah, you got Carolina, the Patriots below them. The Giants have one less win than them, so they might not get the number 1 pick.
I mean, it's more. Okay, let's just say well,
Top
more
5.
than likely they'll get a number 1 pick. The worst is top 3, so they have an opportunity to get a quarterback. So what do you do if you're Chicago? Do you trade, get more capital back, and build around Justin Fields, or do you say bye Justin Fields? The experiment is over. We're moving on.
He ain't have a fair
Fields,
chance.
Yeah, I don't think he has either.
Yeah.
People are acting like Justin Fields has uber of talent around him, and he's underperforming. I don't think people can name the wide receiver crew that Justin Fields is playing with, other than DJ Moore and Mooney.
And Mooney
Who else
hasn't
does he
been.
have on?
Mooney hasn't been himself.
Exactly. They don't really have a running game. You know, Herbert's been non-existent this whole season. I know he's on my fantasy team. So it just feels like at this point, their Bears have a lot of questions to answer in the offseason. Do they keep their coach?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what do you do at the end of the year? So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. They're going to have money to go out in free agency and pick up all these offensive, defensive players that are going to be out there to make the Bears better. And it's not like they're a long way away. You know, they just need a couple of more players on that team to make them better. So we'll see what happens. If I'm the Bears, I keep Justin. Maybe trade that top 5 pick. Unless you're really, really high on Marvin Harrison Jr. And it's going to be interesting. Bears are going to be one of the most interesting teams in the offseason for sure.
I mean, they only a game behind like the Packers and Minnesota and all that. So, and that's what Justin Fields missing multiple games. So,
yeah.
Hey, Justin Fields is actually having a good solid year. He's having a solid year. I would keep him around. I would give him offensive line. I would give him another receiver. And then, you know, work on that defense a little bit. Stack up that front 7 on the defense because the secondary is pretty solid. The front 7 needs to be worked on. So offensive line, defensive line for Chicago. And you could be talking about playoffs next year. Especially considering they only like 2 games out of the playoffs right now as it is. So
yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, so I'll take that. And I'll keep Justin Fields. But we'll see what Chicago do. You know, people don't, you know, yeah, I ain't gonna go there. Let's keep it moving. My Cowboys lose 20-22 to the Dolphins in Miami. Cowboys 10-5, which most likely means they can only win 12 games yet again. I was hoping they can finally get past 12 games and get 13 wins, since they've been 12-5 the last 2 years. So they're gonna most likely finish 12-5 again. Dolphins are 11-4. Finally got a win over a team over 500. Yep. Rob said, do I think Jalen Johnson stays? I think he might now, considering how they finished the season. If they win the next 2, he might stay. He might see something. So, but Tua 293, 1 touchdown. CeeDee Lamb 6 catches, 118 yards, 1 touchdown. Dak Prescott 20 of 32, 253, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Tua also did not have an interception. Tony Pollard 12 carries, 38 yards on the ground. I told people about Pollard. in the offseason, but I don't know shit.
Imagine if you guys had Derrick Henry right there.
Man. Tyreek Hill, 9 catches, 99 yards, no touchdowns, which is shocking. I thought he was going to at least score at least 1 touchdown. Jalen Tolbert, 2 catches, 51 yards. Ferguson, 4 catches, 45 yards. Brandon Cooks only got targeted twice, and he had 2 catches, and one of them was for a touchdown, which we thought touchdown. I should have won the game.
Was the game winner, yeah.
And that was Dak threw it down right over Ramsey and whoever the safety was, but it was Ramsey and another guy, and Dak threw it right over the shoulder, man. But Cowboys lose, and this is what I be talking about. This is exactly what I be talking about here. This is why I don't do Super Bowl talk. This is why I don't do all that extra. I just take it week by week. And when they playing good, and I feel confident about the next game, I'll say they gonna do this, they gonna do that. If they suspect, I picked them to win this game. They should have won this game. One play, first drive, Tony Pollard, instead of running to the pylon like he normally would, he decides he wants to cut back, and then he didn't even put his shoulder down. He just cut back. Dre Elliott grabbed him by the shoulder pad, tackled him down, right?
Yeah.
Tackled him down, and then the very next play, you hand the ball off to Luke, and then he didn't even secure the ball. He fumbled. That's a 7-point play that Tony Pollard made there. And this is what I was talking about in the offseason when I told y'all last year, because at the end of the season, I always do who should we fire? Who should we cut? Who should we keep? I do it every offseason. Every time the Cowboys get eliminated, my next video is who the Cowboys should keep, who they should cut. Moving forward, I told folks, Tony Pollard, I would not sign him. I would not franchise tag him for $10 million. Everybody, on my Facebook, I posted a clip on Facebook. Oh, you crazy. Tony Pollard's this, Tony Pollard's that. I said, Tony Pollard just got his freaking ankle broke in the last game of the season. He's not going to be the same guy. Even if they say he's clear and healthy, it takes a long time to come back from ACL. Being broke, being snapped. Like, look at Michael Gallup. He still ain't the same right now. And everybody's like, Tony Pollard, nah, you crazy. You just a Zeke fan. You this and that. First, Zeke would have scored that touchdown.
Yeah. I mean, y'all don't have a power back. Y'all don't have a power back.
Or Rico Dowdle would have scored that touchdown. Because at least Rico go put his shoulder down. And I give Rico an even chance. Tony Pollard didn't put his shoulder down. He didn't outrun him. Old Tony Pollard before the injury would have ran straight to that pylon and would have got around him. But again,
it was kind of a lazy play by Pollard. Like, he thought maybe his momentum would just pile him through instead of lowering his shoulder and just running into the defender, which he may have gotten in, and we don't know at this point. But
you juke somebody at the 1 yard line instead of putting your shoulder down?
Yeah. Like, I don't understand that. Like, the Cowboys are a really funky team. Because 1 week they look fucking unreal on offense. And then there's weeks where they're like this, they make you scratch your head, like, what's going on here? That was not a good loss. I mean, no loss is a good loss, don't get me wrong, but they should have won that game. The defense didn't play great either. The defense
they did. If you hold Miami to 22 at home, that's
true.
You did a good job.
I mean, they held Tyreek for the most part.
Under 91 yards. I'm sorry, 91 yards rushing. Hold Tyreek right at 100 yards. Like, they did a good job. And another thing they did, which I said last week, that they should have did in the Buffalo game, they was being stubborn. They moved Michael Parsons to that middle linebacker position. That's why that run game looked better this week. I'm gonna let you say what you guys say, and I'm gonna vent on these linebackers in a minute. So go ahead.
Again, the Cowboys they're not consistent enough every week, and they're hard for anyone, Cowboys fans, analysts, whatever, to have them go far in the playoffs or even win the Super Bowl, because you haven't really seen them really dominate as a unit against teams that are playoff caliber teams. You know, in that stretch that they won, I think, 4 in a row or so? Mm-hmm. They were playing teams that were below 500, or they weren't making the playoffs at that point, at that particular, or, now they probably weren't. I think what was the only win that they had was the Eagles, right?
And the Seahawks.
And the Seahawks, too, as well. So those are good wins. But what has been the big thing about the Cowboys all year? They haven't really beaten anybody. You go through the schedule. They've beaten this team, and that team, and the rest of the teams are cupcakes.
They can't beat people on the road. That's the problem.
That's been the motive for the Cowboys, and then, I mean, they're undefeated at home as well. So you get them at home, they're tough to beat. But we'll see what happens in the next couple of games. They can kind of control their own destiny as well with the division. They got to win out, and you got to hope the Eagles drop a game or two.
Which I think they will now.
We'll see. They got the Eagles got the Cardinals, and I think they have
the Giants
who else?
Again in New York.
The Giants again, who played them tough.
After what I saw yesterday, I question a lot about the Eagles now. I had the Eagles winning out weeks ago. But now, I don't know now. I'm saying too much. So
Parsons likes his Popeyes diet in comparison. Yeah, I hear you. But look, Parsons dominated. That roughing the passer call that they called on him was such BS. I thought that man was about to get ejected.
I did too.
So pissed off. But yeah, you got to get the Dolphins credit. You know, they could have shrunk in that crunch time when they had to get into field goal range and win the game, but they went down the field, kicked the field goal, and won the game. Probably the biggest win of their season.
Oh yeah, it is.
Seeing who they beaten. Cowboys, you just got to regain yourself and go out there and win your next game. You're already in the playoffs. They got a huge game against Detroit. To me, this is a huge game for both teams. Regardless if any team is in the playoffs already, Cowboys have the opportunity to still win the division, like you said. And if they lose to the Lions, what is going to be the narrative for the Cowboys if they lose again? At home, that's not good. So both these teams want to win this game, obviously for their own reasons. So Saturday night is a huge game for the Cowboys. And I think it's more huge than the Lions did for the Cowboys, because the narrative is going to change a lot for the Cowboys if they lose to the Lions, especially at home.
Yeah, I don't see it happening though, but we'll get into it.
I don't either.
Man, this team frustrate me, man. They the most annoying team in the NFL. Well, to me, because I'm a Cowboys fan. I understand. You know, you can say easily the Chargers are the most annoying team.
Yeah,
but
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
with all that talent. Yeah,
it's ridiculous, man. But the Cowboys are one of the most annoying teams. They just annoying as hell, man, because they find different ways to lose. Like, and then they stubborn. You drafted Tyler Smith to be the left tackle to take over for Tyron Smith. And the reason you drafted Tyler was because Tyron kept getting injured. Y'all was like, man, we don't know if he's washed. We don't know if he's going to be able to play. We might need to trade him. This has been a talk for the last 3 years, right? Maybe even longer. I know for sure 3. So you drafted Tyler Smith as a left tackle and had him play reps as a left tackle his rookie season. He showed you that he could play it just fine, to the point where when Tyron Smith did come back, you moved him to the right tackle and had Tyler at left tackle. So why the hell, when Tyron Smith is out this year, you refuse to put the proven guy there? You put Adoku, whatever his name is, at left tackle instead of left guard, which he showed he could play left guard way better. And you keep Tyron Smith at left guard. Why are you not putting Tyler Smith at left tackle to protect your freaking quarterback? Why can all the fans and the content creators see this and say, bruh, this is not right? Tyler Smith should be left tackle. If Tyron doesn't play, fine. Put Tyler Smith at left tackle. Put 71, Udoku, whatever his name is, at left guard. Because we seen him play left guard and he was good. Way better than what he is at tackle. We seen Tyler Smith play tackle and he was great. So, and you see that play where how many times Bradley Chubb came free on that left side because number 71 is blocking the inside for no reason.
Yeah,
he's a freaking guard, bruh. It's stupid. Linebackers. I'm tired of Damone Clark. I want to see more Rashad Evans. Damone Clark, very talented. I like him. But this year, I think it's time to put him on ice. Michael Parsons, off ball, play off ball more in the run game. But we need Rashad Evans to play more. Because now it's to the point where Damone Clark has got abused so much that even when he is being held, the refs are not going to call it because they are used to seeing you get abused by linemen. So they're not going to call it, because he got held on the last drive. He clearly got held, but he's been getting pushed around the last few weeks so much that the refs are just going to assume you're getting your ass whooped again. They're not gonna call holding. They ain't even gonna think twice to call holding on you because you've been getting bullied by offensive linemen for the last couple of weeks. So it's time to put him on ice. Rashad Evans, another young talented linebacker. I want to see more of him. That's all I'm saying. put him in there more. Michael Parsons off the ball more, and then on passing plays, let Michael rush the quarterback. That's what should have been done a long time ago. Dan Quinn, stop being stubborn. We said this last week. This is how you got fired in Atlanta, being stubborn. Don't do that this year, bruh. We're going to be 12. Cowboys fans don't want to see them go 12-5 yet again, maybe win a wild card, and then eliminate it yet again. Bruh. We tired of that. We are tired of that. Get past this. Regular season, outside of a few games, have meant absolutely nothing to me. And this is like the first regular season I could ever think of where I'm just like, all right, whatever. Let me know when the playoffs start. Like the games I look forward to was 49ers, because that's the measuring stick in my eyes in the NFC. The Eagles, just because I hate the Eagles, right? But I know we can beat the Eagles. I'm not worried about the Eagles. Miami wasn't a measuring stick game to me. Buffalo was a measuring stick game in my eyes. And honestly, if they would have beat Buffalo last week, you probably would have heard me for the first time ever talk about NFC Championship game. Bruh. That's how confident I would have been if they would have beat Buffalo last week. That's how I looked at Buffalo, just because of the matchup problems, not because I think Buffalo is so great. It was just a certain way they play football, and I needed to see if Dallas can handle that way, and they didn't. So, Detroit low-key plays that similar style, but their defense is not great. So that's why I'm just like whatever with Detroit. But offensive-wise, yeah, I want to see how Dallas defense match up with Detroit offense. That's going to be huge, and that'll be the key matchup for me, win or lose. I want to see how their defense holds up against their offense. So, but I'm just, bruh, I'm just tired of Dallas. Like, I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. They get too hype. Everybody start talking Super Bowl and the MVP, yada, yada, which we're going to get into the MVP discussion because it's funny how Dak had a bad game last week and everybody, instantly drop him from MVP. Jalen Hurts been trash for the last month. Brock Purdy just threw 4 picks yesterday. So if Dak got dropped from it after that one bad game, those two should have been out of it too. Because Dak still leads the league in touchdowns. And this is in spite of him sitting 6 fourth-quarter games this year. Imagine if he played those 4 quarters. Man, I don't want to hear that. So keep it fair across the board. But Dallas take the L. Moving on. This is a game that shocked me. Jay Cross in the building. What's up, man? Make sure y'all follow Jay Cross if you're not following him. Did I miss any other streamers? I think I did too. Just talking. But make sure y'all follow Jay Cross and all the other streamers in here that I might have missed. Just out here yapping. Shout out to the folks on YouTube. Appreciate y'all, man. If you could do me a favor, please like the video. It helps the video go a long way if you like it on YouTube. Shout out to y'all. I see y'all in there. Let's keep it moving. This game shocked me. Patriots. You know what? I think we mess up all the time. I think we are the jinx when it comes to the Broncos. Because when we talk trash about Sean Payton, they go out and win like 5 straight games. Then when we say, we should eat crow with Sean Payton, they turn around and they lose to the Patriots at home. Patriots win 26-23. 2 straight L's for the Broncos. Patriots are 4-11. Broncos 7-8. Put a damper in their playoff hopes. Zappy with 256 yards, 2 touchdowns. Douglas, 5 catches, 74 yards. and the Patriots end up getting the win in Denver. And Denver was getting booed off the field. New England scored 20 points in the 3rd quarter alone. Like, bro, what is happening here? Zeke Elliott, he didn't have a touchdown on the ground, but he did have a touchdown catching. So he had over 60 yards total. Let me see what Russell Wilson did. 25-37, 238 yards, 2 touchdowns. But they end up losing, man. You got any thoughts on this game?
I mean, it ain't Zappy looked like a goddamn superstar out there at quarterback. No, not really. I mean, I thought it was a cool moment for the kicker for the Patriots, who played like crap that whole game and had the opportunity to win them the game. Especially that field goal miss. Yeah. That sounded like a nuclear explosion on the man. That was crazy. But I know we gave the Broncos some credit. We gave Sean Payton some credit as well, that we had to eat crow because, you know, he made this massive turnaround.
Now we get to spit it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And now they're on the verge of probably not making the playoffs, more than likely. There's just too many factors that have to come into play for them to make it. And Not a good win, man. At home against a Patriots team that is not good at all. And you go out there and just played pathetically. I mean, there's no other way around it. The Broncos played like shit. They should be embarrassed that they lost to the Patriots. Just plain and simple. There's no other way around it. They should be embarrassed.
He said like the Eagles got booed. The Eagles get booed even when they win it, bro. The Eagles fans are crazy, bro. Yeah. So the Eagles, they boo Santa Claus, man. So yeah. Moving on, the Raiders beat the Chiefs 20-14. Raiders are 7-8. Still trying to hold on to some playoff hope there. Chiefs are 9-6. Pat Mahomes 235, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. White had 145 yards on the ground for the Raiders. Rashee Rice, I said Rashee, that's his name, right? Rashee Rice.
Yeah, Rashee
6
Rice,
catches, 57 yards. That's pretty much all Pat Mahomes got. Just another L, frustrating L for the Chiefs, man. They're not looking good. And this is the first time in 3 years.
For the longest time, man.
Yeah, this is the first time in 3 years for me where I was like, the Chiefs ain't winning the AFC. So
no, they're not. I'd be shocked. They're gonna have to go on the road for 2 games in the playoffs, even to make the Super Bowl. It's gonna be a hard task to make, especially who you're gonna be up against in those next coming rounds. I feel for Mahomes a little bit. It's not all Mahomes. Mm-hmm. His receivers are dropping passes. They're not in the right spots where they need to be on the field. As we all know, we don't play professional quarterback here.
Right.
But it's a timing thing. It's a timing thing in the NFL. And some of these wide receivers are just not in this particular spots where they need to be at the certain moments on the offense. The wide receiving crew that they have, it's not good. Rashee Rice is coming to his own. He's been having some good games as of late. But other than that, I mean, Travis Kelce has been getting handcuffed a little bit. Now they're having to go out to go to Gray a little bit, the other tight end, because Kelce is just getting handcuffed. They're just locking him up. And when you lock him up, who else do they have? They don't really have anybody out there. Pacheco went out yesterday, I think, doing a concussion.
The damn table,
bro. They lose him again. So, I mean, the Chiefs they're hurting right now. Their defense is probably the only positive that they have right now. And their defense looked like crap against the Raiders. The Raiders could do anything yesterday with Aiden O'Connell as their damn quarterback. No Josh Jacobs because he's hurt. Mm-hmm. And they ran the ball on them. They were able to throw the ball on them. Antonio Pierce, if he is not the coach of the Raiders next year, that is blasphemy.
Right.
Because this man deserves to be the coach for the Raiders. The team hasn't given up. They're playing hard for him as well.
Right.
So he should be the coach for the Raiders next year. Another bad loss for Kansas City, man. They're just... I think people underestimated the value of Bieniemy, whatever it's, how you ever say is Bieniemy. Thank you, because I think he was one of the major factors of that team. Losing him, this offense has looked nothing like we've seen in the past. If you want to credit some of it on the wide receivers that they have, that's not good. That's fine, but let's be real here, folks.
That's exactly what it is.
I mean, Bieniemy brought a lot to that offense, and losing him has really hurt the Chiefs. I don't think they make it far in the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised if they lose in the first round. If they match up against the Bills, I think they lose for sure. But yeah, the Raiders, huge win to keep their playoff hopes alive. Their slim playoff hopes alive.
Right.
And Jeff's right about Andy Reid.
Yeah.
How do you not get Mahomes a top 5, top 10 running wide receiver?
And Hopkins basically begged to go there after Dallas wouldn't pick him up. And
you lose Tyreek, who was a weapon amongst the most weapons you can ask for in the NFL. You lose him, and you don't recover from it. You don't even try or attempt to bring in someone else for him.
Nope.
To replace him.
And it messed them up when they won last year with Juju Smith. So they was like, see, we can just put anybody here. And that's not the case.
Absolutely, yeah.
So
really, yeah. You ain't lying. Exactly.
Yeah, so winning the Super Bowl was a gift and a curse at the same time for him.
Yeah.
So the Chiefs are pretty much done. He said settle for Marquise Brown will be way better than what they got now. So I'm telling you that now, Rob. Marquise Brown will be way better than what they have now. He said Andy has always thought that, hated that when he was coach of the Eagles. Yeah, so Ravens need him back. No, they don't, Rob.
Being your best wide receiver. I mean, get out of town.
Right. Moving on. Jay Cross, Philadelphia Eagles moved to 11-4 as they take out the New York Giants 33-25. It looked like it was gonna be a blowout early. Giants just stinking up the place. They were stinking up the place, and then all of a sudden, Tyrod Taylor comes in. He goes 7-16, 133 yards, 1 touchdown. He did throw a pick, but Tommy DeVito was 9-16 with 55 yards, so they got rid of him. They took him out the game. Jalen Hurts, 24-38, 301 yards, good game. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Swift finally carried the ball 20 times. Finally, 20 carries, 92 yards, 1 touchdown. Saquon, 23 carries, 80 yards, 1 touchdown. A.J. Brown, 6 catches, 80 yards. Devontae Smith, 79 yards, 4 catches. Tony disappeared. 1 touchdown for Devontae Smith. He disappeared. What happened? Oh, Lord. Jay Cross said turnovers killed us. WWE fans said Eagles got lucky. Not an Eagles games without Jalen Hurts touchdown. Oh, he's back.
I'm back. I accidentally hit back on the browser.
He went to the shadow realm. But Eagles get the win, and after that, watching that game yesterday, now I'm starting to think that they're going to lose one of these last two. Because there's a lot of arguing going on the sidelines. Even when they win it. After the game, AJ didn't want to say nothing. He's like, I don't have nothing good to say. Him and the Sirianni and Smith and the assistant coach was going at it. Hassan Reddick was getting into it with, Sirianni. It's just a lot going on, man. It just don't seem right in Philly from the outside looking in. So if I'm noticing what it is on the outside looking in, I'm sure it got to be something for real on the inside. So
now I don't know, much about the Eagles, like their locker room stuff. I can only see what I've seen on the field, and
but it's starting to play out on the field.
Everything on Twitter is saying that Sirianni is slowly losing the locker room.
Yeah, so he's a jackass. He should.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. AJ Brown, frustrated and upset about how things are going for whatever reason. Devontae Smith had a good game. If you want to look at that, he had a nice game for the Eagles. And Swift, like you said, where the hell has he been the last couple of games? Gets more than 20 carries, 90 yards. And he got himself some touchdowns as well. So,
like, they're 11-4, and everybody's talking about their issues like they're just like 4-11. I don't understand.
You would think,
this is what's killing me about them.
Yeah, you would think they would be struggling, and I guess they have high expectations in Philly. I mean,
so you're still 11-4.
To the Super Bowl last year.
Listen, see, this is why I be getting on Eagles fans, right? Because they don't know pain like the Cowboys fans know pain, right? When the Eagles are picked to do something, they at least get to the championship game. They at least get to the conference championship game when they're picked to do something. We don't even make it that far, right? So for the Eagles fans to sit here and just act like the world is falling apart and they're still 11-4, like, I understand you. And then they go to Super Bowl. They lose the Super Bowl last year, so they just put this superhuman expectation like they're supposed to go undefeated. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen in the NFL. The Patriots went undefeated that one year and lost Super Bowl. You're just not going to. Everybody's not going to win every game. Like, stuff is going to happen. 11-4, you about to win the division. I understand there's a lot of bickering going on, but the fans, like what I'm seeing from the fans is hilarious. This is why I laugh, because I'm like, bro, y'all really overreact. Because one, you got a lot of nerve to put that type of expectations on the team that only has one Super Bowl in franchise history. Bruh. Two, the team has normally lived up to the hype. At least they will make it until, to the championships game. Dallas, for some reason, Dallas fans still put Super Bowl or bust expectations on the Cowboys, even though they ain't been since 95. So I don't know why they still have that expectation. And we can't even get past the wild card most times. That's a different type of hurt. And then the way they lose is a different type of hurt that the Eagles ain't never experienced. So Eagles fans kill me, bro. They just got to chill out with that.
Yeah, I mean, the Eagles fans are, they're different. They're, they expect a lot from their team, especially when they were this close to winning the Super Bowl last year. They got one franchise Super Bowl, bro. So, I mean, I can understand it. They're very passionate about their team as well. So,
and their team mostly delivers.
And you never want to see your team like struggle. Right now, they're winning games, but they don't look good. It's not like they're going out there and looking really good and getting these wins. There's like you could pick like certain issues that they need to work on, and the playoffs are just a couple of weeks away.
Everybody got issues.
Yeah, I mean, true. I understand that.
Except the Ravens, maybe.
Yeah. Philly has cupcakes if you're looking at them outside the box. Cardinals, they should beat. Giants might give them a little bit of an issue because it's a divisional team. The Giants
rematch
are going to try to beat the Eagles. They're going to try to beat them. They're not just going to go out there and lay an egg for them. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Philly these next two games and where they end up on the playoff seeding and who they match up against.
They'll be number 2.
Because right now, if they started, they would play the Seahawks. Again, a rematch. I think they beat them. I really do think they would beat them. I think it would be a rematch.
Yeah.
It would be them. It would be them. Yeah, it would be them. So it's going to be interesting to see where teams lay out because I'm sure teams would rather play certain teams over the other. And the Eagles would have to play the Seahawks, and the Bucs would play the Cowboys. So I mean, it'd be definitely interesting to see where we see these two teams or the Eagles at the end of the year. They still could be number 1. I mean, don't forget that.
I don't think the 49ers losing 2 more straight. I don't see the 49ers losing another game.
Probably not. They play the Commanders.
Well, they do play the Rams, but that could be one. But yeah, they could be number 1 actually. Yeah,
I mean, the Eagles could go up with that bye.
They could be number 1.
Possible. It's not like it's impossible for them to do that. It's definitely there.
Well, we'll see. Moving on, Ravens flock take out the 49ers 33-19. Ravens are 12-3, looking legit. 49ers are 11-4. Brock Purdy 18-32, 255 yards, 4 interceptions, no touchdowns. Mr. MVP. Lamar Jackson 23 of 35, 252, 2 touchdowns, and he also had 45 yards on the ground, led the team in rushing on the ground as well. Christian McCaffrey, 14 carries, 103 yards, 1 touchdown. Brandon Ayuk, 113 yards. George Kittle, 126 yards. Overall, I told you. That's all I can say. I told you. You can't play bully ball with the Ravens. 49ers bullied everybody else this year, including my Cowboys, but you can't bully the Ravens. The Ravens are the OG bullies of the NFL. It's been like that later. Since what? 2000. Since the 2000 Ravens. It's been like that. They are the OG bullies of the NFL. And I said, if there was anything that existed in San Francisco that can get exposed, the Ravens is going to be the team to expose it. And they did. They did. Hit the bullies in the mouth. And they might fold. So Cowboys, Eagles, whoever play the 49ers in the playoffs, go hit them in the mouth. They can fold. They secondary is not great. I've been saying that all year. Even though we gave them props last week with Tavarius Ward playing better. Overall, their secondary is not great. You can attack them down the middle of the field in their secondary. So, hey, that's all I'm saying. Shout out to the Ravens. Shout out to the MVP front runner who it should be now, Lamar Jackson. Even though Shannon Sharp is still hating on him for whatever reason. And yeah, Ravens take out the 49ers. What's your thoughts?
You know, I was a bit shocked at the outcome. I thought it'd be a little bit of a closer game, and it was. Then the second half came, and the Ravens just blew it up. I've been talking about this for the last couple of months about Brock Purdy. I think he is a project of guys getting open for him and breaking open tackles and getting 50 to 60 yards. We saw it last night with Kittle. Mm-hmm. Kittle was a prime example. Wide open, busted open for a long game. Brock Purdy was not someone who can bring you back when you're down. You're down more than 2 touchdowns. Good luck coming back from that game because Brock Purdy is not him. He is not who these analysts like to hype him up as to be. Is his stats good? Absolutely. He has some unbelievable stats. But a lot of it is because of who he's throwing it to and what they're doing after the ball is caught by them. So let's kind of slow down that. Purdy for MVP talk. Purdy, a superstar quarterback, an elite quarterback. I don't see it whatsoever. We've been talking about this on this show for the last couple of months about Brock Purdy. He's a product of the system. He's a product of the talent around him. And it is what it is.
Right.
If the 49ers are down at any point in these playoffs, in the fourth quarter, down the touchdown or two, are you confident enough to think Purdy can lead them down 80, 75 yards downfield for a touchdown to win them the game? I don't. You're asking a lot from these other guys on the field to help them. McCaffrey, Debo, Ayuk, Kittle. These guys are doing the majority of the work, and Purdy's getting the credit for it.
You saw how good
Let's be real.
Sam Darnold looked when he came in.
Sam Darnold went in there and looked great. It's like, what the hell? Maybe they should start Darnold now.
System quarterback,
but I mean,
man.
It's all about the system. This guy made Garoppolo look like an elite quarterback. So it's not the quarterback. You can put anybody back there, it seems like, and they're going to succeed. When you have an elite running back, you have a great. I mean, it depends on what you feel like about Kittle. Top 5 tight end for sure.
He's a great tight
You got Debo, who is a monster. Ayuk is no slouch. You know, their offensive line, top notch, which they were losing guys last night due to injury. But holy shit. You know, imagine if they had a Mahomes or someone else like that caliber behind them, and imagine how good they would be. Purdy is a product of the system. He's going to get paid well, more than likely, by the Niners. Mm-hmm. But I don't think he should be getting all this hype. He should not be in the MVP. He should not win the MVP. If you want to put him in the conversation, that's fine. But he should not win the MVP. Last night proved it. He played horrible. Some of the picks were not on him. I think 2 picks were tipped, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, they were bad passes, though.
The one he threw in the end zone was awful.
Yeah.
That was all on him. So, again, you can crown Purdy if you want. You can make him sound like this elite quarterback, and he's making all these smart decisions out there. But let's not forget who he has out there, who he's throwing it to, and what they're doing after they catch the ball. Let's just be real, folks. Come on now.
Yeah, Jay Cross said there wasn't no locker room issue with the Eagles.
No, boy.
Well, feel free, let us know what it was, Jay Cross. Because, outside looking in, it just don't look right. But again, I can't really speak on it because I'm on the outside looking in. I don't study them like I do the Cowboys. So I just go off the reports that I see talking about they having internal thoughts about Jalen Hurts' future and getting rid of him and all that. It's like y'all just on his nuts. All of a sudden, then he has a bad couple of weeks, and all of a sudden you want to get rid of him, and he's 11-4.
Bruh.
Like whatever, man. It's just stupid stuff. But that is week 16 predictions. Let's get into these power rankings for week 16. Then we're going to make our week 17. He said Jalen Hurts. Hulu has live sports.
Bruh.
Let's get into our power rankings from last week and this week. Let's play this intro. We'll get right into it. All right, there it is. Last week, Philly Journey, I kind of figured that part, yeah. Was Nick calling the timeout on 4th and 7? Oh, okay. Okay. I can understand that. But last week, Cowboys, Dolphins, Lions, Ravens, 49ers for Tony. Me, Browns, Lions, Dolphins, Ravens, 49ers for myself. I believe I went first last week, or did you go first?
I don't recall, but I can go first. That's fine.
All right, hold on. Let me get this up here. It's going to be an interesting week. It's going to be an interesting week. Number 5, who you have?
Okay, let's see here. Number 5. I'm going to go. They won, but it was an ugly win. I guess you could say this for both teams. But I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles at number 5. This is the lowest I've had them in back-to-back weeks. But right now they're hurting a little bit, but I do think they will make noise in the playoffs. Don't get me wrong. But at number 5, I got the Philadelphia Eagles. Number 4, we'll go with the division winner, Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions at number 4 get their first division win or division title in 30 years, I think it was. So congrats to them. They got a 2-headed monster also in Detroit with Gibbs and Montgomery. Don't forget about Amari St. Brown and Laporta. So they got a nice win against the Vikings, a divisional win. Oh, damn it. And I'm thinking they're going to go. I mean, it depends on who they got in the first round, but they'll definitely make it to the second round, I think. Lions are frauds. Wow. Okay. All right. Fair enough. The team that I think are frauds. At number 3, the Miami Dolphins. At number 3, get win against the Cowboys. Not much more I can really say about them. I do think they're still frauds. They haven't really beaten anybody other than the Cowboys. They have had some really bad losses, like against Tennessee.
Jay Cross said I went first.
They got a huge game this Sunday against the Ravens, though.
Mm-hmm.
Another statement game for both. Mainly for the Dolphins, because the Dolphins have been labeled frauds. Dolphins have been labeled a team that hasn't really beaten anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So this would be a huge game for them to win this weekend. So they win this, maybe I'll shut my mouth a little bit about them being frauds. But as of now, I think they're the biggest frauds in the NFL right now at their particular position in the playoffs and on this top 5 power rankings. Number 2, the first time they're not at number 1 all year, San Francisco 49ers, dropping from number 1. I've had them at number 1 the whole year. But once you lose to the number 2 team, you got to drop. And they lost in bad style. It'd be different if they lost in a close game and they lost on a Chuck Tucker game-winning field goal. Then maybe I'd keep the Ravens at number 2. But the Niners just got out there and got knocked around for 12 rounds by the Ravens last night. And it wasn't even close in that second half. They opened up the gates and they flooded them. And the Niners stood no chance. And number 1, I think we all have the same team probably at number 1. The team that looks like the best team in the NFL at this point is the Baltimore Ravens. They possibly have the MVP in Lamar Jackson. They have beaten the most caliber teams as well throughout the season. They play in a really tough division because they're all above 500. So, I mean, props to the Ravens going out there in San Francisco as well. Don't forget about that. And just knock the Niners on the mouth. So, as of now, that is my top 5.
It is Tony's top 5. Mine is interesting. I'm really trying to think how I'm gonna do this one. Let me see. All right. Hold on. Let me think. Okay. Well, number 5 for me. Number 5. Who I got number 5?
The vacuum, the red one? No, we didn't throw it away.
I'm gonna take Detroit.
Did you check the box on the? I don't know where it's at then. Okay, Detroit at number 5.
I got Detroit at number 5. Number 4, got the Dolphins.
Who's number 3? Eagles, huh?
Number 3, I got the Browns.
Wow, Joe Flacco effect.
Number 2, 49ers. Number 1, of course, the Ravens. Oh, let me put that 1 behind in front of that. Got the Baltimore Ravens. And that is my top 5 right there. I had to think about this one, man. Because I'm like, did I really want to leave the Eagles out? And then I was like, I had to think about if the Lions played the Eagles right now, who do I feel will win? And who do I feel will win if the Lions played the Bills? And who do I feel to win? You know, if I got to give the Dolphins. They in by default. But I think the Browns and the Lions can beat the Bills right now. I think they can beat the Eagles right now. And I know the Cowboys, I got the Cowboys winning next week. But it's only because Dallas is at home. It's the only reason I got the Cowboys beating Detroit. So, WWE fan, the Browns have been in my power rankings the last 3 weeks. So
yeah, I like to see the Browns do good. You know, my dad, he was a huge Cleveland Browns fan. So I don't have like, I'm not like one like you guys who have 2 teams in the NFL. I purely cheer for one team, but I do like to see another team do well. Yeah. And the Browns have been, golly, the butt of the joke for years. They've always, never done well, and it's good to see that they are doing well, and hopefully they go far in the playoffs. And with Joe Flacco as well, which is even more shocking. It's crazy.
Who is a Raven?
No, not shots fired.
Who is a Raven great, by the way?
The Raven great. Yeah. So I mean, congratulations to the Browns going out there and still performing, and beating teams that are not. I mean, they beat the Texans. I get it. They don't have Stroud, but they still went out there and beat Houston in Houston.
It's that defense.
So, and they dominated them.
Yeah. So that is the top 5 for this week. Let's get into week 17 predictions. Rob, whatever. If that's how you took it. Hold on, intro. All right, the intro decided it wanted to play this time. So shout out to
there you go.
Yeah. Now I want to play. Now I want to play. All right. I'll tell you what, this thing here. I'm gonna just start making a whole bunch of overlays. We're gonna have like 40 overlays. That way we ain't ever gotta go back to one. That's what we gonna do from now on. So let's get week 17 predictions up. I just don't feel like doing it. I already got like 20 overlays for different podcasts and stuff. So I'm just get tired of making them, bro. Week 17 predictions. Jets at the Browns. Cleveland's favored by 7. Thursday night game.
Oh, you gotta go Browns.
I hate that this is happening because I need Breece Hall to have a great game. For my fantasy
that's a tough team.
championship. Yeah, I know. I hate this. I hate that this matchup is happening now. But I'm gonna take the Browns as well. It's gonna be 37 degrees in Cleveland.
Nice cold game.
Lions at the Cowboys Saturday as well. Cowboys. Oh. Wait. Dallas is favored. Okay, Dallas is favored by 6. I thought they was the underdogs.
Wow. I'm gonna go Lions.
Of course you will. I'm taking the Cowboys to bounce back and get ready for the playoffs. Patriots at the Bills. Buffalo is favored by 12.
Bills.
Yeah.
Bills.
Got the Bills all day. This is going to be upset here. Falcons at the Chicago Bears.
Bears.
Got the Bears as well. Important game here. 7-8 Raiders going to the 8-7 Colts.
I think the Raiders win, man. I think the Raiders win.
I'm going to take the Raiders as well. The Rams at the Giants. I got the Rams.
I think this is an upset game. I think Giants win.
Nah. Nope, not at all. Especially with the Rams trying to stay in their playoffs. Not happening. Cardinals at the Eagles. Eagles favored by 10.5.
I think Eagles win it pretty easily.
They should. They should. Yeah, they at home. I'm going to go with the Eagles too. I don't care what they got going on or what it seems to have going on. I'm going to take the Eagles too because they should win out. But if they lose, I'm going to have a field day with it. Saints at Tampa Bay.
Rival game here, bro. Right here. It's a rival game. Bad blood. I'm going to go Bucks though.
Okay. 49ers. I got the Bucks as well. 49ers at the Commanders.
Oh, Niners. How much are they favored by?
13.5.
Damn.
So,
yeah, Niners.
13.5. I'm gonna take the Niners as well to bounce back. They got embarrassed and they're not gonna play that BS. So, Jags, Carolina Panthers at the Jaguars.
I gotta go Jags.
I'm gonna take Jags as well. They need this win. Woo! Dolphins at the Ravens.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Ravens, man. It's hard to bet against them right now. They're kind of like the Niners right now. It's hard to bet against them. So I'm gonna go Ravens.
I'm gonna take the Ravens at home all day. Titans at the Texans in that rematch of the Houston Oilers, and this is my colors, this is my team, and yada yada. This time I think Houston.
Yeah, and I think Stroud will be back by then. I think Texans win.
He should be back. I'm gonna take the Texans as well, and thank God Nico Collins is healthy again, so I won't have to play McLaurin no more. Good game. 8-7 Steelers versus the 8-7 Seahawks in Seattle.
Yeah, this is a huge game for both teams because I mean, Steelers lose, they're probably out of the playoffs. I guess you could say the same for the Seahawks as well.
Yeah, especially if the Rams win.
Seattle.
And yeah, they at home. I gotta take Seattle too.
Yeah.
Chargers at the Broncos.
You know what? I'm gonna go upset here. I'm gonna go Chargers.
I have no faith in them. I'm taking the Broncos, even though I really don't have faith in them either. But yeah, Bengals 8-7 Bengals taking on the 9-6 Chiefs. Both teams really need this for seeding.
Yeah, the Bengals need this one bad.
The Chiefs could low key be put out if they lose out.
Yeah, and the Raiders keep winning. Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's hard. I gotta go Chiefs. Bengals just don't. I mean, it depends on too if Jamar Chase plays, because he didn't play last week. So if he doesn't play, that's gonna hurt them even more.
I don't know why I'm feeling like the Bengals are gonna win and upset them, but I'm gonna just go with the Chiefs for now. But I feel like the Bengals are gonna upset them, low key. That's tough. That's a tough one. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bengals go. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, but I'll take the Chiefs for now. 7-8 Packers versus the 7-8 Vikings.
Oh, this will be a doozy.
Woo.
It's
gonna
I'm
be
gonna
a
go
good
Green
one.
Bay. I think Green Bay wins. They're playing really good. They're playing good football right now. Jordan Love looks good out there. Again, they didn't play well against the Bucks. You know what? I'm gonna switch that. I'm gonna go Vikings. I think Vikings are gonna throw all day on that Packers defense. Holy crap! Yeah, I mean, Bryce Young had over 300 yards passing. Imagine what Mullins is gonna do with Jefferson and all them out there.
Oh yeah, Jefferson. I don't know, man.
They did lose Hawkinson. They did lose the Hawkinson for the year.
I think I'm gonna take Minnesota as well. Or you pick the Vikings. You pick the Packers, right?
I'm going Vikings and change it up.
Okay, yeah, I got
Vikings.
I think I'm gonna take the Vikings as well. They lost Addison.
They lost Addison too. Damn.
Damn, I'm trying to think now because Addison is a big loss.
He tore his ACL, Rob.
I'm switching. Now I'm taking the Packers. You got the Vikings. I'll take the Packers.
Okay, sounds good.
But this is a big game. Let's get to the standings. Baltimore 1 in the AFC, 12-3. Miami 11-4. Cleveland, they got the third best record, but they're in the fifth position at 10-5. Kansas City is 9-6 in the 3 position. Buffalo is 9-6. Jacksonville 8-7 in the 4th spot. Colts 8-7. Houston is 8-7. Pittsburgh is 8-7. Cincinnati is 8-7. Vegas is 7-8. Broncos 7-8.
Damn. There's still a lot of opportunities for teams to make the playoffs.
NFC 49ers 11-4. Eagles 11-4. Detroit 11-4. Cowboys 10-5. Tampa 8-7. Rams 8-7. Seahawks 8-7. Minnesota 7-8. Falcons 7-8. Green Bay 7-8. New Orleans 7-8. And the Chicago is 6-9. So it's 12 teams. Chicago still has a chance. Everybody on the Chicago is eliminated. Chicago still has a chance. I think they're gonna win this week. Who know? And then you got Green Bay and Minnesota taking each other out. And then you got Tampa and New Orleans taking each other out. Who did we say the Falcons are playing this week?
The Bears.
Oh yeah, so yeah, there you go. You go skip ahead of them. Man, what if Chicago sneaks in, bro? What if Chicago sneaks in? I would laugh. I would love that. I would love that. Actually, it feels like top 10
wild,
QB.
dude.
Top 10, no. Let me see. Top 10, no. Nah.
Nah, maybe top 15. Maybe top 20.
And then Denver is 7-8, and everybody else on Denver is eliminated as well. So this is crazy how it's set up right now, man. But I love it. I love it. That all these games matter. All these games matter, except maybe like 2 of them or whatever. All these games matter. Let's get into what you talking about, Rob? You just said football. Okay. Well, let's get into the NBA because Christmas games happened yesterday. And then we got some news going on, right? Freaking nose starting to get stopped up again. I was doing well for a little bit. It's starting to come down pretty hard. But let's get into yesterday. He said my Wolves are insane. Just showing passion for my sport. Man, shut up. You ain't gonna show passion once your team lose. How about that?
Damn.
Yesterday we had the Knicks take out the Bucks 129-122. Jalen Brunson, man, I love watching what he's doing, man. 38 points, 6 assists. Greek Freak, 32 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists. The Nuggets take out the Warriors 120-114. Jokic 26, 14, and 8. This man just a beast, and he don't even like basketball. The Celtics take out the Lakers 126-115. Lakers are now 16-15. They benched. They starting point guard. He say New Orleans 15-0 now. Okay. They benched. They starting point guard D'Angelo Russell, and they still end up taking the L. Porzingis had 28 points, 11 rebounds. Anthony Davis, 40 points, 13 rebounds in that game. The Miami Heat, without Jimmy Butler, beat the 76ers without Joel Embiid, 119-113. Jaquez Jr., 31 points, 10 rebounds for Miami. Tobias Harris, 27 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists for Philly. And then the Mavericks, Luka and the Mavericks dominate Phoenix Suns, 128-114. Luka, 50 points, 6 rebounds, 15 assists. Grayson Allen led the Suns and scored with 32 points.
Yeah, that was shocking.
Any thoughts on those games yesterday?
Nah, I mean, like, again, it's too early for us to kind of label any of these teams right now.
It's when it start. Christmas time.
I start labeling it when it's after the All-Star break, because at the All-Star break you kind of see where teams are at the moment, and then after that you can start making assumptions on where you see teams are going to lay out at. Wembanyama, baby, yeah.
The same guy that twisted his ankle doing a layup in Dallas and missed the game.
Why is there a ball boy right by underneath the hoop?
Because it's always a ball boy. It's always a ball boy.
A little bit interesting that this man, the ball boy, didn't even move out of the way for Wembanyama.
Here he go.
And conspiracy, maybe. I mean, just saying.
Here he go. You go to the next Spurs game, it's gonna be a ball boy right under there doing the same thing.
Yeah, but they move out of the way for their player. This guy just stood there.
He's not our player. He's your player.
7-foot tall dude. Get out of town.
Get your awareness up, Wemby.
Wolves look super impressive right now. The best team in the West as we speak. I think the Nuggets are a better team than them, but you got to give props to the Wolves right now. Other than that, I think it's just kind of wide open right now on both sides. I mean, Boston are playing unbelievable. Philly's playing good. Lakers,
the Bucks
as well. I think the Lakers are going to make a huge move during the NBA season to do something. There's rumors about the DeJounte Murray going over there, so that'll be interesting.
You said in the off season or during the season?
During the season, yeah. During the season.
How? Who wants their players? Who they go trade?
You tell me. That's what I want to know.
So
you have the Pistons, who can't win a game at all. It seems
26
like
straight L's.
It's crazy, man. It's pretty sad that you can't win one game.
It's
even
freaking
by
Detroit.
luck.
It's freaking Detroit.
And
they
you
weren't
had
supposed to be bad like this.
Yeah, they're not. And they literally had a team who sat 4 out of the 5 starters against them one game, and they still lost. So I don't know when they will win another game. They do play the Spurs in a couple of weeks. Maybe they beat the Spurs. But man, I don't know. I don't watch enough Detroit games to kind of pinpoint what the issue is in Detroit. Is it the talent? Is it the coaching? Is it whatever? I mean, they're just not playing well. Obviously, when you lose 20 plus games in a row. I don't know what else to say about the NBA, but other than there's been some kind of surprises. You know, the Suns struggling. Again, they haven't really had their full healthy roster. In Phoenix,
they only missing Bradley Beal.
True. But I feel like they would be a lot better if they had Beal as well. I mean, you would have to admit to that as well.
You got 3 superstars. 2 of them need to step up. One of them need to stop bitching and complaining all the time. KD, this is the reason we're talking about the NBA today, because reports come out from ESPN that Kevin Durant is frustrated with the team and the roster that he has in Phoenix. Like, bro, shut the hell up, bro. All you do is complain. You go to these teams, they build a super team for you, and everybody else take the blame except you. Maybe you the problem, bruh. Well, won't y'all start thinking about that? Because in Brooklyn, it was all Kyrie's fault, right? Kyrie ain't no good teammate. Kyrie this and that. He anti-Semitic, and let's ban him and all that. He's been a great teammate in Dallas. We ain't had no issues with Kyrie outside the fact that he got injured. But whatever. He's older now. James Harden is the same crybaby ass dude too. So F the Clippers because James Harden is there, right? You go to Phoenix, y'all lose. You sit there and complain and say, well, Chris Paul is old and DeAndre Ayton is soft. They get rid of Chris Paul. They send him to Golden State. They get rid of DeAndre Ayton. You bring back Nurkic, and then you bring back Bradley Beal. And we sitting there saying this is not going to work, but this is what you want, KD. So they're doing exactly what you want. And we was like, okay, they ain't going to have enough money for role players. Role players start taking less money, like Bobo and Eric Gordon and all these people started taking less money. It was like, yo, shoot, they got a solid roster.
Yeah.
Bradley Beal gets hurt. Y'all losing because you half-ass playing, and now you mad. Man, shut up, bro.
Shut up, bitch.
You better be glad I got the mucus, boy.
He's a drama queen. I mean, at this point, Kevin Durant obviously wants to win a title, and when he sees things going south, he wants out, or he's going to start bitching and moaning because he wants moves to be made. And there's not really any moves that the Suns can make.
No.
I mean, let's be real. They would have to make some type of crazy-ass, unrealistic trade to get them any type of more talent than they already have. They got Beal, he's injury prone, and again, we don't know what we're going to get from him in Phoenix. You got Booker, who's unbelievable, and then you got Kevin Durant as well. So Kevin needs to stop crying and just go play basketball, man. Just go in there and play. You're not going to get traded. You're not going to get anybody else to go to Phoenix. So just shut up and play. Just play games. Stop crying and moaning and bitching and showing frustration. I can understand if you're not happy with the way that things are going, you're losing games. I can understand frustration, but if you're upset about the roster, I mean, there's not much more they can do in Phoenix.
They gave you everybody you wanted, bro.
Right. You can't just
like Brooklyn did.
Hey, can we go and get this guy and that guy? Because no, it's not like that. It's not NBA 2K online mode, franchise mode, where you can't even do that on 2K trades. I mean, that's what it seems like, though.
2K will say nope.
He wants them to get all these unrealistic players to go to Phoenix because they're not doing well. Just play, man. Things will change. You got 80, there's 50 plus more games, 40 plus more games left in the year. Just go out there and perform and play. I'm sure once you guys are fully healthy, things will be fine. You're going through some growing pains. You think you were going to jump in as a trio and things were just going to be successful. It's a little bit kind of far-fetched a little bit. Things happen for a reason. You just got to go out there and play, man. And then bringing out this type of stuff where it's going public, that doesn't help either. So I don't get why he would do that.
He shouldn't say nothing. Like, you've been on super team after super team after super team, and you failed and failed and failed. Only time you won is when Steph Curry was really doing the work, and you just had easy wide open threes all day. That's it. Draymond played defense. All you had to do in Golden State was catch and shoot. That's it. Mm-hmm. Steph had all the attention. Draymond was doing all the dirty work. Clay was playing the defense on the toughest guy. Like, all you had to do was score. That's it. Like, bro, you got everything you wanted in New York, in Brooklyn. It didn't work out. And then you move, and you getting everything you want in Phoenix, and it ain't working out. Like, bro, it's you. at this point, it's you.
Yeah,
James Harden going to these super teams. It's you. Like, I hope the Clippers. I wanted Paul George and Westbrook to get a ring so bad, but now James Harden is there. I'm not cheering for him. I hate the Clippers now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a Maverick fan, but I still wanted to see Westbrook and Paul George get a ring because I feel like they deserve it. But now that James Harden there, every game I'm like, beat him. I hope they lose.
Really?
Because I don't like James Harden because he does the same thing. So it's just trash to me, man. Like, shut up and play. Did you watch the game last night between the Mavericks and the Suns?
I saw most of it, yeah.
Did you see Devin Booker fussing at the team because he turned the ball over and he was the only one running back down court?
Mm-hmm.
And he's clearly saying, you can hear him on the mic. If the mic's picked him up. So we just gonna turn the ball over and y'all not gonna run back down the court. What you doing? Why you walking?
There's no effort. Yeah.
And KD was bad he didn't try at all last night. You let Grayson Allen take more shots than you? What? And Luka is going off, dropping 50 on your head? And you didn't take that personally at all. You just like, whatever, huh, here's the ball. Half-assing on defense, not picking up your role, playing help defense. You're just horrible, man. Will LeBron move to the team that drafts? Probably so. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he will. So, Grayson out of next to man. All right, Rob, I'm about to get you up out of here. Talking stupid. But you got anything else on the NBA?
No, that's about it, man. That's about it.
Bet. Let's move on to the Final Four, the NCAA. And I'm going to try my best not to go on a rant. But let's get these bowl games out the way because I don't think we'll be back on before the playoffs actually start. Let me pull up the NCAA real quick to make sure. Come on, ESPN. And shout out to everybody on Twitch. Shout out to everybody on YouTube that's coming through. Appreciate y'all sticking it out with us. Texas State at Rice is happening right now in Dallas. My name, dope content name, is being used there without me knowing. Well, I know now, but somebody's applying other dope content to get into that bowl game, by the way.
Oh, wow.
And I'm going to handle that. I'm going to let them finish their bowl game. They got to mid-January to give me the footage. If not, it's a mass email going out to every single sports guy, reporter out here. And then it's going to be legal action. So I already told him. I already told that person, go ahead and go to the game since you got in. I better get footage or we going to have some problems. So
As you should.
You should. And then from now on, everything is going to be contracted out. Let me get to these bowls. Let's see. And it's family at that, bro.
Oh, Jesus.
Been using my name without me knowing. I gotta tell you, Cross, the same people that I got in to the WNBA, the XFL to help them build a resume up as a photographer are the same ones that's snaking, using my name and trying to build their own media company with that BS. So they're applying to stuff and getting into stuff on the dope content, and then they're just posting all on their new media page and making it seem like it's their media company that's doing it. And you had no intentions on sending me no footage or nothing. That's why I pulled up at the Armed Force Bowl the last minute when I did. And I posted and said it's a crazy story behind this one. But I'll tell you about it. I already told people on the last random stream that we did on Twitch the other night. But yeah, family. So I was like, okay, if that's how we gonna do it, bet. So let me get to the playoffs. Playoffs start January 1st. Alabama and Michigan. Michigan is actually favored by 2.
I want to go Michigan, but my heart's saying Alabama. I think Alabama beats Michigan.
I got Alabama all day. Texas at Washington.
And that'll be Harbaugh's last game in Michigan.
Right. Texas at Washington. I got Washington.
You're going to hate this. I got Texas.
Okay. It's not happening, but that's cool. Washington will beat Texas. And then I'm going to sit there and be like, see, I told you. Texas should have been in there. Alabama's going to beat Michigan. And everybody's going to say, oh, see, Alabama's belong in there. But Michigan has the 51st ranked toughest schedule as well. Florida State was 55th. So if you go talk about Florida State schedule, talk about Michigan schedule as well. So, but I'm not going to rant today. I already did that. I already shut all that stuff up. Alabama's going to beat Michigan. Washington's going to beat Texas. And there's going to be Alabama and Washington in the bowl, in my opinion. He want me to rant. I already did it. Rob, I don't remember what family you seen before. I'm really trying. I don't know, but it's the same one.
Got that bitch.
You got the. It's the same one that I got into SportsCon and all that stuff. Like all that.
I agree with Dan. About Georgia. They shouldn't have dropped all the way out. I agree with Dan.
Oh no, it ain't the boxing, Rob. No, he's cool. Like we're good. No, it's the photographer. It's the photographer. He say when he got the fly. Yeah. But yeah, bro.
Flies, bro. They're pissing me off. It's like because my dogs
coming in and out,
outside. So like if I don't put them inside right away, a fly will sneak in.
Yeah.
And I can't find it. My cats usually fucking eat these goddamn things, but for some reason they're lazy and they haven't been trying to get it. So when I go live, I don't see them like at all. And then when I go live, they attack me.
Yeah.
It's annoying as shit.
But yeah, nah, but that's it for the day. Pretty good show. But yeah, man, it's crazy, bro. When I tell you, bro, imagine you sending out applications for credentials.
Yeah, I got a new mic. Yeah.
You send out credentials applications and then get told, oh, we already had a name on file. You need to contact the owner if you want to make change to the applications. I'm like, bitch, what? What you mean contact the owner? So when I say I was like cussing out the NCAA people, because I'm like, you didn't follow protocol. Because the protocol is they supposed to use the official dope content email that's on our website. And somehow they didn't pay no attention to the email he was using. And they were just like, oh yeah, all right. They just look at the website, so you see what we're doing. Oh, okay, come on. It's like, you didn't follow protocol. So I said, I can get you fired on the spot. Start backtracking immediately, threw me a parking pass and sideline credentials for the game and all that. I was like, that ain't the point, bruh. Like, I should have got an email if somebody's using the name. Like, this is an official company. Dope Content is an official company. I got paperwork. You know what I'm saying? This ain't just a name. This is an official company. So you need to follow protocol. So when I charged them up, and I'll tell you, I was heated for like days last week. They had to calm me down. I was pretty pissed off because I don't like that. Because if you don't have no attention on somebody is putting you in position. I laid all the groundwork since 2020 for this dope content stuff. Started off as just Twitch, moved to YouTube, built the website, started losing money going to these different events just to get to the point where we are now, because all this stuff costs money, equipment and all that. I had to buy cameras. I didn't have no cameras at first. I had to buy cameras just to get into some of these events, and cameras are not cheap. So different mics, all that stuff is not cheap. So I lost a lot of money because right now I'm really not getting paid for these events, because I get paid based on how a video do on YouTube or a video do on Twitch, and I get that revenue money from it. Or if somebody, I get a big hit on the website where a lot of people come through and check out photos or whatever. But other than that, I'm really not getting paid for these events yet until we, grow a bigger name. And that's the part that we're at, where we're growing a bigger name and we're trying to get a team together to where, if you're an aspiring reporter and you just don't, you don't have a launching pad, you want to use this brand as a launching pad. Oh yeah, that was another one. I saw that one. You got Oh, I thought you got him.
I thought I did.
Oh, he quick. He said, "Oh, gotta be faster than that."
I missed it.
But
Get him after the stream's over though.
Yeah, you get a launching pad. I'm trying to give inspiring reporters and sports writers and whatever a launching pad, because I know how it is. If you didn't finish school or whatever reason, and people, they just look down on you, be like, "Oh, no, we're not gonna give you a chance." No, you got a launching pad now. I'll help you get into a WNBA game, XFL game if it's in your area. Whatever sports con, if it come to your area, I'll help you get into that, and we can start there. And then as we grow as a brand, you grow as a reporter, everybody's getting more credible and everybody's building. And then once the money come, or if you want to branch out, feel free to branch out. I'm not trying to hold nobody. Mm-hmm. I don't mind. I want everybody to do their thing and then branch out and do whatever they got to do. That's all I'm saying. But people can't even do right. And I did all the groundwork to get to that point where I can just bring people in and, hey, man, I got an opportunity for you to snap these photos. Come on. And you try to hold me out of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bruh. That ain't gonna work for me. So I'm keeping tabs on stuff, and that will be a mass email if I don't get the footage. So and probably it's probably gonna be one even if I do get footage. Just to be honest with you. So I'm just collecting all these names and emails now as we speak. Speaking of that, hold on, I might have an update for y'all on something this weekend that involves the Cowboys. Let's see. Let me check. I would love to announce it if it came through yet. Not yet. So it's a maybe that we have a big event that we're gonna attend this weekend, and I plan on trying to post some live stuff and going live while we there because it's gonna be a dope event. So y'all just let me know. He said we know this guy from the wrestling show. Nah, definitely wasn't him. It definitely wasn't him. I ain't had no issues with no other streamer. Push none of them. So yeah, it be the people that's closest to you though. He said it was Santos. Oh, one more thing before we get off. Melina, I'm talking to Melina in 2 days. In 2 days, I'm talking to real Melina. If you're on Twitch and you're not on the YouTube, hit ! YouTube in all caps. It'll take you to YouTube. Go subscribe. Go to the community tab that's on my YouTube page. You will see the Melina photo. Leave your questions there. If you leave questions there, I will read your questions to Melina. If not, oh, you're not going to talk to Melina. It's simple. Subscribe. Go to community page. Leave your questions there, and I will ask Melina your questions. If it's not a pervert question like, oh, how many draws you changed during the week and stuff. Yeah. Or, hey, who's better, Batista or Morrison in bed or some shit like that. I'm not reading none of that stuff. So, ask some legit questions or mention your favorite moments. If you want to mention your favorite moments and you want me to talk about it with her, I will do that. And I will put your name on it and let everybody know all that. So, what else we got? We started back DKF episodes. So we did DKF the other night, and then we did DKF After Dark. The next episode y'all will see on Twitch for my Twitch heads will be the first ever DKF pay-per-view. So for this year, I should say. First pay-per-view for this year. 2K was acting funny for a while. That's why I didn't stream, but now it's back to running smooth. So we good on that. Oh, yeah. You might see some more boxing streams now too, like Undisputed and all that. So I'm gonna try to stream more in these 2 weeks that I'm off work. So just be on the lookout for that. Hit the notifications button. We're almost at 6,000 on YouTube. We got to get there. Let's get to that 6,000 on YouTube, man. Share, like the videos. Share the page. He say so we can't ask why she's hey man, listen. You can put it on the communities tab, but I'm not gonna ask that on the on the video. And what else? I'm trying to think of what else. Get the Tables always got their streams going on Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays. What's the next pay-per-view coming up? Is it AEW?
On Saturday. Yeah, Saturday pay-per-view.
Oh, I probably won't be home because Saturday is the actual event that I'm talking about if I get in. Plus it's Cowboys Lions, so F AEW. Cowboys Lions is trumping AEW all day for me. I'm trying to think what else. So get the Tables, Diamond Dave. Make sure you follow him. Tony does his personal Twitch as well every now and then. So
been a while.
We're still trying to push them to get this YouTube going again.
Yeah, man, that's gonna have 2023, man, or 2024, I should say. It's gonna be the year of YouTube, hopefully.
Yeah,
gotta figure that junk out.
He said, "Bring back Jackie Moon." Facts. Everybody love everybody. Jackie Moon, baby. And until day one is on Monday. Yeah, dang, it is. So yeah, New Year's Revolution and all that stuff. So yeah. It's gonna be a good week of wrestling next week. Bowl games. It's gonna be a good week. It's a lot going on next week. So, y'all be safe. Tony, you got anything you want to shout out?
No, that's it, man. It was fun. It was weird doing it later in the evening, but it was fun. I had a good time. Looking forward to next week.
Yes, sir, man. And if I don't see y'all, if y'all don't see none of my streams again until next year, happy holidays, happy New Year. Yes. Next year, just put your foot down and just go for it. Man, like I told y'all last year at the end of 2022, it's like, bro, just do stuff. If you want something, if you got something you want to do, just do it. Just try it. Only thing you can hear is no. You know what I'm saying? Just go after it. Rob, hey, you can do it, brother. Get your CDL, whatever you trying to do, just do it. Stop wasting time and just go for it, man. Like, you gonna have frustrating days. Trust me. I'm speaking from experience on everything. Frustrating days, but just go for it, man. And hey, keyword for the day and for next year, contract. Yeah. Contract. So I've already got contracts printed out for anything I do. Also, if there's anybody, Rob, including you, because you're in Chicago, I believe, right? If there's anybody that's interested in covering their local WNBA teams and you need help getting credentials, and you want to either write, you want to be a writer, or you want to be a reporter that do video stuff, or you want to be a photographer, let me know. I would start getting stuff ready for you to where we can apply for these WNBA teams. So I'm trying to build a team because like I said a few weeks ago, WNBA was easily my best thing on YouTube as far as views and numbers. Like, people came in thirsty for WNBA content. It's funny because, like, we don't nobody watch WNBA. Well, shit, they need content. The people that do watch them, right? So it would be dope if I could get at least 4 or 5 teams, being covered under the dope content umbrella. You know what I'm saying? So where you have a launching pad that already have, certain, some followers or whatnot to, write your articles, because your name is going to be there all the time. Your name is you're going to get full credit for everything you do, for photos, articles, whatever video clips you want to send. I will edit them for you. I will put highlights on there. I will give you overlays. I will do all that for you. So if you're interested in covering, I know they don't have a team in San Antonio no more. XFL, I got to see if they're going to keep the Brahmas, because they merged with the USFL. So I don't know how that's gonna work with the Brahmas. I know Arlington still got their team, but we'll see with the rest of the teams. If you want to cover the Brahmas, if they keep them, you ain't got to go to every game. I don't care what games you go to. You can go to 2 or 3 games. I'm perfectly fine. Like, this is not something to take your time away. It's just something to give you a luncheon pad, and it helps you and it helps the brand. It's
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's not something there go the cat. I knew the cat was gonna come. There go the cat. See, the cat is trying to get the fly for you, Tony.
Fucker, man.
But so we're looking to do that. Anybody in the DFW area that's interested in lacrosse, they have a professional lacrosse team. I don't know how I got credentials for that, but they just send me stuff all the time. I'm like, I didn't apply for lacrosse, but hey, whatever. So anybody that wants to do lacrosse, if you got interest in that and you want to do it right now, let me know. Hit me up. I got you. I'll get you in. They play their games at Dickies Arena. So
fuck yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm just trying to grow. And I think it's better. Yeah. I think it's better when you have a team of people that's trying to do the same thing, and it's no egos involved.
Absolutely.
Like, so he said, at least Tony got a better hat on today. That is a dope hat. The FTR hat is dope. It's dope. Yeah, man. It's all we're about. It helping grow as we grow. Everybody help each other out. Like I said, you'll get full credit for anything you do on the website and YouTube. If your video on YouTube just like go viral for whatever reason, it hit and it reached the threshold to where you can get paid, I'm sending that all to you. Like, I'm not trying to hold on to nothing. I ain't doing this for no money. Eventually I will be doing it for money, but right now I'm just trying to grow. So
hey, that's awesome. Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, so anybody, if you know anybody that's trying to be a reporter and they just need a launching pad or something for, like, I know WNBA is pretty good and stuff like that. I think XFL was pretty solid. We was real good with XFL. We didn't have any problems with them. And yeah, just keep working our way up. And then local bowl games. I know we can do the smaller bowls now. So now I know that college basketball teams, local teams, you know, just let me know. I will help you apply. And they either go say yes or no. That's all I'm saying. It's simple. So much love to y'all. Until next year or next time. Y'all be safe. Have a great new year.
Great 2023 with you, Dope, doing these sports.
Likewise, man.
Looking forward to 2024, so it'll be fun.
Go get better. We get better every year. Get better every year.
Yes, sir.
So much love to y'all. Like I said, 2024, man, just put your head down and go for it. Don't let nobody tell you can't do this, you can't do that, because they just BS, bro. And so till next time, y'all be safe, man. And we are out.
Later, y'all.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Acknowledge me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Appreciate y'all. And all of y'all are acknowledged.
Acknowledge me.
Yeah.
See.
Oh, hell no.
See, where you at? What the Eagles? He said, "Go Birds." Yeah, go Ravens. Go Ravens. See, Jay Cross just wouldn't let me. I was just about to log off. See, now I gotta talk now. This is what I do every stream, WWE fan. I just say random stuff just to see who's still here.
Yeah.
And I let y'all vibe out to music. This is the best part, especially when I'm on a rant mode too. Boy, Ali is ready, boy. Telling you. Ali is ready. Can't wait to see what he do. But yeah, I'm out. Y'all be safe. Have a good one.